There we go. All right. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Ralph is here.
Hi, Ralph. No, seriously, I didn't know that you couldn't hear. How about now? I'll have to wait a few seconds because there's that delay. I hope you can. Please let me know.
Polly.
Oh, don't worry about it. So, can you guys? Hello.
There we go.
Okay. Yes.
Yep.
Whew. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I can just rewind and start all over again. Yeah. Okay. So, happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Chicken Kiev on the menu tonight. I've got some risotto that I'm going to make with it. I'm going to do kind of like a cheesy risotto. I've got some nice sharp cheddar I'm going to put in there with it. So that should make it real yummy. Mostly strawberry shortcake for dessert. Mostly. You'll see.
Natalie's here also.
Natalie, I trust you're on your break.
She didn't say.
Oh. That's usually the case, but either way, good evening. I hope everybody's had a good week. We're finally starting to get some nice weather here, and that's always a bonus. Always a bonus. It starts to get the works on my summer projects or spring projects, start getting them rolling right away so that I can get the hardest ones done first before the heat of the summer really kicks in. And it do kick in. Even though we're up here in altitude, we'll still get days of 103, 105. It still gets pretty crispy.
Alter Rock Girl says, sounds delicious.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be yum. I think first, let me get these berries going real quick. Where's that little pear?
Jared says, nice weather and now I get a cough.
Oh, that's not good.
Greg's here. Greg is here. Good morning, good people from
Hey.
Australia. Happy Sunday.
Greg, happy Sunday for you, sir.
Lisa's here.
Lisa, good
How you
evening.
been, she says.
What's that?
She says, how you been?
I've been doing good. I'm excited. It won't be long before the new George and Pudgy project gets actually on its feet and into production. So I'm real excited about that. I'm hoping to have some real good rehearsal time coming up in the next few weeks. So be looking for that. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is going to be a live broadcast or a live stream event. So stay tuned.
Stoner Kitchen said that it was already 100 there the other day.
Oh, I imagine.
And Natalie is on her lunch break at work.
Okay, well, I figured as much, but you know, every time I mess up and I say, well, that's what I thought, and then I get told that's what I get for thinking, so I don't win either way. Get these strawberries cut up, some sugar. We picked up some blackberries too, and so I think just for the fun of it, I'm going to throw a few of the blackberries in here too. Why not?
Greg said, yes, saw the first episode of the new project. And Lisa says, that's good to know about the project coming up.
Yeah, real excited. The first George and Pudgy turned out well. And this next one I'm hoping is a little better yet. So we'll see. I will do an edited version where I add in the sound effects and everything else, but the major part of it, or the big thing, will be the live stream of the of the new episode. So, all right, I'm gonna finish cutting some of these
Stoner
up.
Kitchen said that's a nice mortar and pestle.
Oh, thank you, sir. It is a recent addition to the Old Guy Kitchen. Been wanting to get one for quite some time, and I saw these on sale for like $20, and I couldn't pass it up. So, all right, couple more. I don't think we're gonna need all of these. In fact, that's probably good enough.
Hey, Chumley.
So, all right, 1 second, guys. Get some of this stuff out of my way as I go, right? Some of these blackberries, just 3 or 4 of them, or so. Well, good enough. Throw these back in the fridge. It's a vegetable ruiner.
Stoner Kitchen says I make a lot of my roasted salsas in one of those.
Oh, in the pestle? Yeah. Or mortar. Incoming! Let's throw just a little bit of sugar on there. Good enough. Get that mixed up and into the fridge. And I'll get started on dinner. It's going to take a little while for this to kind of play itself out. So, all right. That looks good. Throw this in here. And let these, well, gotta get stuff out of the way. Let those kind of macerate for a little while. And so first thing I'm going to do for this Kiev is get the butter ready, which that goes inside. I'm going to start with just a couple of peppercorns. Not many, just a few. Can break them up real quick. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of nice big cloves of garlic. Let's try that. So I'm going to give them a quick crush. A quick crush, and then on in. Well, I really crushed that one, dang. Smashed it more like. Okay.
Hey, Chumley, you better chill out, dude. You tell he's bored.
Huh?
You can tell he's bored.
Yep. Alright, let me get that broke up in here. A little bit of salt. A little bit of sea salt here.
So Greg says the neighbors shook, passed away, a poor little clucker. But I'm wondering if I should pluck her and see if she's good eating.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ralph says still couldn't get the hot water sorted out at our place, so now it's a week and a half cold showers. Ooh.
Oh, that's no fun. I bet they're quick.
Miguel's here. What's up, Tom?
Hey, Miguel. Good evening. We are just getting some butter ready to go inside our chicken Kiev. And who was this suggestion? Is this old guy? Steve's. Okay. Well, we're getting it going.
Stoner Kitchen says, I remember I told someone once that you have to let the fruit macerate. And they looked at me like, did you really just say that?
Yeah.
And Steve's back in the room now. Hey, this time, the time has come, he says.
Yeah.
John's here.
John, good evening. Just getting this parsley and garlic. Okay, now the butter. We'll throw the butter in there. Wink. Okay. Then we get rid of that wrapper. Okay. This will take just a minute to get worked in.
You wants to know if you're cooking any sides?
Yeah, I am doing risotto. Cheesy risotto. Got some nice sharp cheddar to go in, so I'm going to get that started after I kind of got this going a little bit. So far, so good. Making a mess, but
John says he's having grilled salmon and Brussels sprouts.
that sounds good. And the rest of you, because I know I normally ask. Talked to my brother just before the stream, and he is having baked chicken breast, creamed asparagus, potatoes, and cheese, I believe he said, how that all goes in. I don't know exactly, but that's what they're having. Sounds good to me. I like a little baked chicken now and then.
Stoner Kitchen says we'll be having a V-Bar Hangouts on this Stoner Kitchen channel in the future if you care to join.
Always.
He told McGill that.
Ah, okay. Yeah, well, I'd like to join in too, buddy. All right. Got my plastic wrap right here. This has got to go into the fridge for a while to firm up.
Greg says he's making an Asian-style fish noodle soup and veggies.
Huh. Nice.
John says he's grilling the salmon on the barbecue pit.
That sounds good. Grilled fish is always, well, I mean, depending on if you like fish, it's a treat. Okay. Let me get this wiped off of here.
Lisa says she's making tortillas this week.
Ah, I love fresh made tortillas. Are you making something special to use your tortillas for? He curiously asks. Down here. Okay. Looks good. Smells amazing. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And a quick rinse. Now, wrap this up. Show you color on that. See that okay, Miss Little Guy?
Yep. It's a little dark, but yep, you can see it.
Okay. So that's going into the fridge. We'll let it cool down, firm up. Got some nice big chicken breasts, and I also got some bacon. This is a little off the beaten path for your regular chicken Kiev. But I'm gonna fry up at least 2 of these pieces of bacon here, and let them cool down, and I'm going to crumble them up into the chicken when I'm getting ready to fold in that butter. So, all right, get a couple of those there.
Lisa said she's just making tortillas for fun.
Ah, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Stoner Kitchen says that mortar also makes a nice presentation for certain dishes.
It does.
And Ralph said that he'll be back soon. His mom needs help.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be here. Get this bacon kind of semi-sorted out here. Throw that back into the fridge. Cut these in half so they'll fit in the pan here. And I'll get these fried off real quick. All right. Okay. Wash my hands off again. I'll be probably doing this quite a bit. So we got these chicken breasts, and it's like, holy smokes, these things are huge. I didn't really pay that close attention to how big they were when I grabbed them. It's like, holy smokes, these things are, we got close to 2 pounds here on 2 pieces. Had to sniff it, make sure it smells okay. All right, so I'm definitely gonna butterfly this thing out. And if I get it right, or just cut it in half, I mean. So I'm hoping to get both Mrs. Old Guys and I's out of the one. Let's see how well I do.
Greg says, nice to see you're using 2 knives, one for the bacon and one for the chicken.
I tried to watch stuff like that, but
Crazy Food Crew's here.
Food Crew! Hey guys!
Crew is here for dinner time.
Awesome. Well, dinner's getting cooked.
Greg says Gordon Ramsay would be pleased.
He would, huh?
That you're using 2 knives.
That I'm using 2 knives, yeah. Well. Alright. So I've got these 2 pieces here that are not going to get used for that, so I'm going to slice them this way real quick. I've already got a plan for these. It'll take me just a second, and I'll show ya. Got some little soy, some sesame seed oil, a little ginger. Right over here, a little garlic, and I'm gonna just throw this into a bag with some of that stuff, and that'll take care of what's left of that and make us another meal real easy like. I'll get to that in just a second. I want to pound these out and get this ready because I got to put them in the freezer for a half hour.
Yep.
So
Steve says Ramsay is horrendously overrated.
Well, he's not the only chef that'll scream and yell, I'll tell you that.
Greg told Steve it's raw.
All right. Put that down here. Let me get something here to finish burning my bacon with.
Don't be burning the bacon.
Yeah, I'm trying not to. So far, so good. I haven't burned it yet.
Yay.
Let's hope I don't. So the bacon on the inside of this chicken Kiev is not, not standard or not normal, but I wanted to add my little twist to it. And I'm telling you, bacon and chicken go together just like beef and chicken. Or bacon and chicken. God, just like bacon and beef. Let me get my mouth together. Almost done.
Stoner Kitchen said that this fruit here that you want
Yeah.
its season is in a couple of months.
Okay, good. Maybe I can.
Pitaya? How do you say it? Pitaya?
I don't remember now. I'd have to see it in front of me. See the spelling.
Pitaya?
Pitaya? Pitaya? Pitaya? I don't know.
Pitaya? Yeah.
I think those are
Joshua Maxwell's here.
Joshua Maxwell. Good evening. Wow, look at the smoke.
John says chocolate cake bread pudding for dessert.
Chocolate cake bread pudding. Yeah, I don't know if that's a real thing or not. Chocolate cake bread pudding. Shut that off. Okay, good deal. Let me get this out of the way and start pounding these chicken breasts out. Joshua, I hope you had a good week. Thanks for popping in. I'm just going to pound this out. Okay.
Stoner Kitchen says Pitaya? Peetahya? Peetahya?
I don't know. Do not know what that is. I don't know if it's the same fruit that we were just talking about or not.
It is. That's just how you pronounce it. Pitahya? I don't know. Greg wants to know what the back of your shirt says.
It says, can you see what is
Yep.
that? I grow my own food, but I can't find any bacon seeds. My brother Doug sent me this shirt.
Crazy Food Crew says bacon is definitely good with chicken. I think bacon could go with anything.
I've had bacon ice cream, so.
And John says that dessert's an old family recipe from his grandma.
Yeah, okay.
Wild Man says bacon and cream sticks. LOL.
I don't know.
Steve says bacon is a no-go with fruit salad.
Bacon is a no-go with fruit salad.
Yep.
Oh, I still need that plastic wrap. That's okay.
Stoner Kitchen says he don't think he's ever had this. Chicken beef or
I had to do some searching in here to see if I had ever had it also, and I think there was one occasion many years back, but I may be mistaken. So, okay.
Greg told Joshua, "Hi mate, please take a seat at the table."
That's it. Have a seat. beer or soda, bottle of water, whatever in the fridge. Help yourself.
Stoner Kitchen says I've always wanted to go to Colorado to try a Coors straight from the tree.
Coors straight from the tree.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, that's good, but now it's upside down. I need it the other way. So we do it this way.
Trying to do this without touching the chicken again, but I mean, that just ain't gonna happen. Okay. I want that, what was skin side on the outside when I'm done, so. I will. Oh, I hate when it does that. It just clings to itself.
Greg says as long as that bacon ain't faking like Burger King.
Faking. Faking bacon. Come on. Don't mess with me. Okay. While I'm over here, I'll grab the butter. Hopefully it's firmed up some. If not really. I'm going to put it in the pop it in the freezer here for a minute. And we'll give those a chance. We'll just let those do their thing, which is nothing at the moment.
Stoner Kitchen says I'm excited for your and Arthur's burger adventures.
Yeah. They'll be coming out every Friday until we're done. So we've got 3 in the basket, so the next 2 weeks are already scheduled and ready to go. And Arthur and I will be making a new journey probably next week and do some more. So we'll see. It's fun. Love burgers, and it's really just more of an excuse to go out and get burgers than anything. But while I'm at it, I'll make a couple of videos.
Lisa says her birthday is next month, May 28th.
Awesome.
That's the day before our anniversary.
It is. So, gonna do something special for your birthday, or I mean, is there something that you like to do, like, or is there like a particular dinner or something that you like to have when it's your birthday? Just old guys, just curious.
Greg says that piece of chicken needs a bit more of a pounding to bring it in line.
It might. We'll see. I have to whoop this chicken's butt. I don't know if I'm going to get this to fold up exactly how it needs to. as far as like what you see on as seen on TV. But I think I can still be close enough with it. Be close enough. Roll that over.
Stoner Kitchen says Hungry Bird should make an OG pie.
An OG pie. Make a meat pie. Whoop. Cancel that. Get my oven. Cranking. Because that chicken's gonna have to bake too. Here's the dang. Okay. That butter still gotta firm up just for another couple minutes. So I'm just gonna stand here and look like an idiot for another couple minutes, you know.
Lisa says for her birthday, she's just having her family with her and a party.
Cool. So you don't have anything, in particular in mind, for dinner? I mean, like, I think last year earlier this year for my birthday, I wanted steak, was it? I think. So that's what I had, but it varies from year to year. Sometimes I just go down to the gas station and get a pizza.
John said that he will send you the recipe for the chocolate cake bread pudding through email.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Get this thing opened up. See, now the trick is here to get the chicken folded up around the butter so that it doesn't escape, so that it stays in there, and then when you cut it open, it all kind of spills out. We'll see if that happens. I think maybe I'm going to try get just a tad bit thinner.
Chuck Norris plays with Jenga with Stonehenge.
Chuck Norris.
Greg asked John if that was a variant of bread and butter pudding.
It must be.
And Crazy Food Crew says Wildman says his sister Lisa has a hot date for her birthday with a guy from Acme. He's taken her out for cheeseburgers and creamsicles. John told Greg yes, but with some kick. Emmanuel's here.
Hey, Emmanuel, how's it going?
Emmanuel?
Emmanuel.
Yes.
Okay. Greetings. Pop in, grab yourself a beer, soda, whatever you like. Have a seat. Pounding out the chicken to make the Kiev.
Lisa says she likes to have angel food cake.
Hit on.
Ralph's back. Hopefully he didn't miss anything exciting.
No, nothing exciting. I didn't crash anything or drop or break anything, so nothing exciting.
Stoner Kitchen says the boogeyman checks under his bed for Chuck Norris.
Okay. So half of the butter. Let's pull this off. Half of the butter on that chicken there. And I'm probably going to have to go a little bit less than half on this one.
Lisa says, "Oh no, I'm not going out."
Okay. Put this away. Get this extra out of my way. And I'll get to start firming these up. That just out of my way so I don't knock it off the table. You never know. So. So the deal is to just try and wrap this chicken.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. I was like, what is he talking about? Greg says that I made one hell of a funny calling it creamsicles instead of cream sticks. When I said that, what Wild Man said.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Stoner Kitchen wants to know how's Brutus.
Brutus is doing fine. That batch of puppies is a year old now, or a little over a year.
Yep. Coming up on 2 years pretty soon.
Yep. He's doing fine. He's doing fine. He's growing into a big boy. He's well over 100 pounds now. I'm not sure exactly, but he's over 100 pounds now. So he has definitely started to grow into them big paws he had. All right. You know, I bet I can get a little more of that butter in there. Let me just see what I can do with that.
Greg says, yeah, where are the moo cows?
Moo cows are
Sleeping.
sleeping.
One in the chair and one on the floor.
They Chumley went into I took him down early in the morning a couple of days ago. Oh no, that's not good.
Maybe it won't leak out once it's covered.
It's butter. We'll see. Hopefully not. That's the thing about this. You can break it out through that chicken and then... Oh, come on, spit 'em. Thank you.
Miss Southern Bell's here. What's cooking?
Miss Southern Belle, good evening. Chicken Kiev on the menu tonight. I just got through stuffing them with the delicious savory butter. And here they are right here.
Did you put bacon in there?
Oh, see, Mrs. Old Guy,
Well, I just noticed it because
you're
Eli
supposed
said
to notice it before that.
Eli says butter, bacon, and beer. The three main foods.
Boy,
That made me look at it.
see
Sorry.
all my beautiful folding work.
Greg says those cows sleeping on the job again.
Okay,
Miss Southern Belle says what's on the menu, but you just told her.
I did. Let me open this back up.
She says, Miss Southern Belle says, I want dessert first.
I'm sorry. It is strawberry shortcake mostly for dessert.
Greg told Stoner Kitchen that he forgot the one bourbon and the one scotch. And Lisa says, Wild Man is going to get it when he gets home. LOL, brothers are a pain.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know.
Hopefully we can get this to work out.
Yeah, having to unwrap it again wasn't the best of moves. I think it might work still. We'll see. Now this one.
Miss Southern Belle says she can go for some strawberry shortcake.
Well, shortly we will. Absolutely. Shortly we definitely will. Get this. Try to pack it back in here.
She says, shout out to the cook.
Ow! Thanks for the shout out. See if I can get that to wrap all the way around.
Craig says, Tom, you nailed it.
Well, I don't know about that. Okay. Oh, rinse my hands off one more time. Yo! Hot water. Okay. These have got to go in the fridge. I'll just set it right there. Or in the freezer. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Let's set the timer. 30 minutes.
Miss Southern Belle says, warning, warning, must eat.
That's no kidding.
Ralph,
Mrs. Old Guy,
go ahead.
Mrs. Old Guy and I have decided that it's time to maybe try to lose some of this, so we've been only eating about the half of the calories recommended per day. Our average calories per day, and one meal a day. So, trying to shrink my capacity to really pack it down. So, I'm really freaking hungry right about now.
Ralph says, annoying how with the door open, I struggle to hear you on max phone volume because of the traffic noise.
Oh. Well, Ralph, you have my permission to tell the traffic to stop. Got an extra piece of bacon. And
Great.
you know as well as I do, there's never such thing as an extra piece of bacon. Go ahead.
Greg says, Tom, I really thought you were going to Gordon then.
Thought I was going to what?
Gordon, when you forgot the bacon.
No.
Stoner Kitchen says that recovery gets a 10 out of 10. OM grunts. OM grunts.
10 out of 10 on the recovery, huh? Well, thank you.
Steve says nothing crazy for dinner, just a can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup and a peanut butter sandwich.
Nothing wrong with that.
Miss Southern Belle says time to play a game of solitaire.
Yeah. Waiting for the. Now, see, I guess if I would have been smart, I would have saved something for me to do in between now and when the chicken comes out. But that's just not the case, because there's just not that many things I need to prep. So I'm going to have to start the risotto here at some point, but it's way too early in that process, and I don't want to eat cold risotto. And I hate trying to rewarm it. Never turns out as good as when it's just fresh. So
Ronald's here.
Ronald, hey man, happy Saturday! Happy Saturday! We're kind of in between actions here. Got chicken Kiev in the freezer firming up so that I can get it breaded. And the process with that is going to be after I bread it, it's going to go back into the freezer again for about another 15 minutes. Then I'll pull it out and into the deep fryer for 2 minutes, and then into the 400-degree oven for 15 minutes, and then it's got to come out and rest for 5 minutes. So I can only pray that in between all of those steps that the butter doesn't leak out. I'm going to find out.
Greg says chief table bacon.
Cheap table bacon?
Chief.
Chief table bacon. That's funny.
And Miss Southern Belle asked Steve, did you put bread and butter pickles on the peanut butter sandwich? And he says, pretty much.
That sounds actually kind of good.
Might be okay.
One of my favorite snacks, it's been a long time since I've had it, but I bet I would still enjoy it, is just saltine crackers with peanut butter, jelly, doesn't matter really what flavor, and mustard, yellow mustard. Peanut butter, jelly, and mustard. It's actually pretty good. Just saying, I like mustard on it.
Scott's here.
Scott,
How are you all doing?
doing good. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good week.
we're kind of like in that limbo session here where I got nothing to do for a few minutes, so we can do a little Q&A. I know what I can do. I can pull my fancy handcrafted little gizmo to pull another one of these little tags out. What I did was I emptied the basket and then I folded them all in half, and that kind of helped to keep them a little more contained. Not so likely to just fall out. And next week we have pizza night coming up, and I believe that was Travis that suggested that one.
Yes.
That's coming up next week.
Eli is here. He says,
Eli.
I was skeptical about pickles on a peanut butter sandwich, but I
Wait a minute.
prefer it to just peanut butter.
Eli and Stoner Kitchen.
It says Eli.
Are you doing this to me now, Eli? Is that what's going on?
Eli and Stoner Kitchen are the same.
I know. That's
I was just making sure I was correct.
Yeah, that's like I'm a little surprised here. Welcome, Eli. All right, dig it in for the one coming up week after this next week. Reaching in. Got one. Shut the basket here. Are we ready? Boy, if I could do a little drum roll. Pulled pork spaghetti. And that one comes from Johnny Smallpepper. Yeah, I haven't seen him on for a while. I hope everything is okay. But so, week after next, pulled pork spaghetti. That sounds kind of yummy, actually. And okay, pulled pork spaghetti. Miss Old Guy, I'm gonna hand you this.
Okay.
All right. Get rid of this.
Crazy Food Crew says he's never had risotto. He's always wanted to try it. He goes, what do you prefer, shrimp or mushroom? He goes, either way, I'm really interested in to see how you make this. I might want to try it.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, really, to be honest with you, neither one of those options for me. I'm not a big fan of mushrooms, and what was the other one? Shrimp.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think you would put shrimp into risotto unless it's some shrimp that's been cooked, and then you just put it on top of the risotto. It takes 20-30 minutes to cook a good risotto, and any shrimp that you would try to do that with would be like eating rubber bullets. But yeah, the risotto is, one of the things is getting the right rice. It's expensive. The arborio rice. Whoop. Arborio rice. This container was almost $15, so it's not a cheap rice, but it's worth it to get the right stuff, so to speak. I'm going to be cooking it here shortly, so.
Ralph says, you're very good at DIY. Shame we can't borrow your handyman skills for our place.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. But I got plenty enough things to keep me busy enough this year, all summer. If it becomes possible for me to actually do them all, yeah, I'll be busy all summer. Garlic.
Eli says he was working on the other channel, getting it ready for StreamYard.
Cool. Yeah, I've got some questions for you, Eli. So, but I actually want to talk to you rather than text.
So if you would do me a favor, send me an email to my Gmail with your number, and because I want to call you later, and because I got a few questions for you. All right.
Greg says, Tom, are you giving us the raw prawn here? And Jared says that he's having pizza tonight.
Pizza, cool. What kind of pizza? What flavor?
Greg says, leaving us in the dark and putting us in who?
I'm trying to grow a mushroom.
Maybe he's talking about what you put in that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, this is that bit of chicken that I had to cut off those breasts. And I added some soy, sesame seed oil, ginger, a little garlic, and some sugar. And I'm just going to toss this into the freezer.
Tim's Crazy Food Crew says, I hope it tastes better than rice pilaf. That stuff is so bland.
Yeah, well, rice pilaf is good if it's done right, but rice pilaf can be a real pain. I'm not a huge fan of it either, if that helps anything.
Jared's having meat lovers pizza.
Meat lovers pizza. Yummy. From where? Pizza Hut? Domino's? Who does the meat lovers? Is that Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut, I think.
Pizza Hut. Has anybody tried those Pizza Hut
Melts?
melts? Those are really good. 2 of them in the order for like $7.50 or $8, and heck, one of those is plenty enough for us. So, that's a pretty cheap dinner, actually. Yeah, and they're good. They're good. I like the melts. Sounds like something you see the doctor for. I got melts. Maybe I don't have melts. I don't know. Get a little breading station going here. Just to make sure, although I really don't like to have like a super thick crust when I do things like this, I may go ahead and double dip these just to make sure that there's enough of a barrier to help keep that butter securely in that chicken. Because that's a huge part of it, is the butter after it comes out. It's been flavored with the garlic and the parsley, and in this case the cracked pepper and bacon, and it makes kind of its own beautiful little sauce. And I sure would hate to have that disappear into the fryer or onto the bottom of my foil. So we'll keep my fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
Crazy Food Crew says, I would like to try a real deep dish Chicago pizza with a cheese pull that goes a mile. I got a proper pan for that. Make a deep dish. You want to make that a request? Go ahead. I'm going to consider that a request. Go ahead and Okay.
put that down, Mrs. Old Guy. Deep dish Chicago style pizza.
Lisa says she likes pizza bagels. And Jared's pizza is from Domino's.
Domino's, yes. It's been a long time since I've had a Domino's pizza. Wow, it's been a really long time. Let me think. I bet it's been at least 12 or 13 years since I've had a Domino's pizza. There is one in the road in the town that's about 40 miles away. But Domino's is essentially just takeout, like Papa Murphy's or whatever. So I tend not to go there because I don't usually have pizza in my car. But anyway, I might have to do a Domino's again, just because I haven't done one in, geez, like I said, at least 13 years. We've been here for 10, and I know it was quite a while before that. So, yeah, there's no such thing as delivery here. Not unless you really want to pay a premium price. But that's for like lumber and stuff. Nobody will deliver anything here other than UPS, FedEx, or the post office.
Altar Girl says, can you add Chicago-style hot dogs and chili cheese dogs to that list, please?
Sure.
I did.
Okay.
And Greg says, my local Domino's where I lived in the inner city made myself and Moby, the pug, food poisoning twice.
That's not
The
good.
original pizza and the one they made to do a make good for us. Terrible.
I hate that. Yeah, getting sick from eating out is a real drag. I've had it happen. It's never a fun experience, that's for sure. So now, read me back that other one, hot dog again, please. Chicago.
Chicago style hot dogs and chili cheese dogs.
Okay. I've been thinking about doing this anyway, so this might be the opportunity for me to do it. I've really wanted to try making my own hot dogs. So when this comes up, I think that'd be a perfect opportunity for me to do that. So who requested that?
Altar Girl.
Altar Girl?
Altar Rock Girl.
Rock Girl.
Altar Rock Girl.
Altar Rock Girl.
Yes.
So I'm just going to say Rock Girl, Rock Out Girl, because then I'm going to remember. Anyway, if that's what I'm going to do when it comes up. When I pull it out of the basket, I'm gonna make it fresh hot dog. So, how good they're going to be?
Tim says, heck yeah, on that Chicago style as a request.
Heck yeah, I like Chicago style dogs.
Greg told Altar Rock Girl, welcome, please find a crate. The chairs are full and the table, I'll bring you a cushion.
Yep, there's beers in the fridge. There's also, sodas, water, got iced tea. Got some sweet tea also. Help yourself. Whatever is your pleasure. You just dig right on in.
Crazy Food Crew said, Wild Man said, thanks for the birthday wishes. He won $10 and enjoyed his elephant ears and cheese Danish.
Awesome. Yeah, those elephant ears sounded really good. Of course, you know me, I'm making my own phyllo dough. So, yeah, doing something like that just sounds absolutely amazing. Yummy. In fact, I might even have to try to make some. That's the thing about some of the desserts now, and this is not a complaint at all, but it's just me and Mrs. Old Guy. So sometimes we'll get a dessert, a request for a dessert, like the coconut cream pie or banana cream pie. It takes us the better part of the week to eat that pie. I mean, so, and as a dessert loving guy, I'm sure the belly can show you. It's something that I'm going to try starting to make in smaller quantities if I can help it. Hey, I've lost 4 and I've only got like 26 more to go.
Eli says he loves a good Chicago dog.
And what's your favorite part? For me, the flavor of the celery seed is what gets it for me on the Chicago stuff. On the Chicago dog.
Rock Girl says LOL, appreciate it.
Hey,
And Greg says, you mean from scratch, Tom?
yeah, freshly made hot dogs. Yep, I'll buy the meat, the cuts of meat. You know, spice it, make it. I'll have to do a little research into finding some casing. But yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Eli says, I've made chorizo before, but never a hot dog. Tom, you are brave.
It's really not a whole lot different than making sausage, from what I've seen. It's just the type of processing that the meat goes through with sausage. It's more roughly ground. With hot dogs, it's, pretty much pureed. So I think I can do this.
Eli says he thought compost tea was something you drink, LOL.
Yeah, compost tea is not a drink.
And Greg says, laughed at Eli or smoked, LOL.
Yeah, compost tea. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of compost piles. Well, it's common around here. There's even what, garden shop sort of thing in town down here that sells compost tea. And yeah, it's pretty much just exactly that. Compost mixed with water, and then I guess they filter out the large stuff, and it's just the juice, I guess. It smells. Ooh, it smells awful, but yeah, and it doesn't matter. You can put all the lemon and sugar in it you want. It's never going to taste good. It's the worst tea ever.
Rock Girl wants to know, what's your favorite dessert, both of you? That's a hard one.
My favorite dessert? I'm going to play this one straight. My favorite dessert.
I would have to say like peach cobbler or peach pie or something with peach. For me.
Yeah, peaches for Mrs. Old Guy. For me, I really have a fondness for like real nice flaky pastries. So I guess that's going to be like a cream, maybe a cream horn, or something along that line. I guess kind of right next to that would be chocolate eclairs. I just love pastries, so put me in front of a box full, or a room full, I'll just go through and nibble out of everything. Yeah, I suppose the puff pastries would be my favorite, if I can put that into a category.
Eli says that he agrees he always has celery salt on hand.
Yep.
Tim says we're going to have to call you Skinny Guy from Colorado, LOL. Keep up the good work.
Oh, just because I lose some weight doesn't mean I'm not going to be old.
He says like he cut out a bunch of pop and lost the same weight and lost some weight.
I gotta do it. It's just too hard for me to get stuff done carrying around this extra 50 pounds.
Greg says, woohoo, one of the cows just woke up. He woke up, shook, and moved up to the couch. Pretty much, he did walk in the kitchen for a second. Rock Girl says peach cobbler with a thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
Eli says he found something I found out by on accident is that celery salt is pretty good as a finishing salt on certain fried foods.
Yep. It is. Especially on that Chicago dog, though. I know it's not a fried food, but.
Ralph says, whenever I think hot dogs, I think of either a dog in the sun or a dog in a bikini, but not food.
Well, this year speaking of sunbathing and so forth, being in the sun, I got a chance to see some of the new bikinis that are coming out for the summer of 2023. And I think they called them the Thanksgiving Day bathing suits, the Thanksgiving Day line of bathing suits. Mostly because they show more meat than dressing. Okay. Tender and juicy.
Scott says he's back. He's sorry. He just got done with training and he's filling air tanks for the next hour.
Ah, okay. Hey, feel free to go in and out as you want. It's not like you have to get a hand stamp, but no extra charge for re-entry. So glad you're here.
Greg told Altar Girl, my apologies. Gets up and please take my seat. I couldn't find a cushion.
Well, thank you. You guys
That's
are
really
being so nice.
She says, oh, LOL, it's okay, I'm bearing with it. Funny.
Well, I like the table round so that we all sit as equals, right? Isn't that what King Arthur did? Right, with his round table?
Eli says, I made some dressing/stuffing fritters and accidentally finished them with celery salt, and this was amazing. Made all the difference.
Ooh, that sounds good. Because I'm just thinking about the dressing that I like to make. That pork sage dressing made into a fritter or something like that. Oh, that's got possibilities.
And you'll be eating it all.
That's just fine. And I've certainly done it before. Oh boy! Speaking of, I'll be eating it all. We were shopping just the other day, and we thought, oh look, there's these Chipotle and cheddar, no, Monterey Jack, Chipotle and Monterey Jack sausages, and I thought, yeah, well, let's try those. So we bought them, got them home. Normally we check this when we're at the store to avoid what happened, and that is it has something in it that Mrs. Old Guy can't have. Potato starch, modified food starch. It may or may not have potato starch in it, so she can't eat it. If you didn't notice that, these sausages have that in it. So, and I noticed that they are chicken sausages. I'm not a big fan of chicken sausages. So I'm going to have to grin and bear it and eat these by myself. I hope they taste okay. Luckily, there's only 4 in the package. I hate that.
Greg says, old guy, you're looking $1 million.
But worth $1.25. Coming up on that 1,000 mark, I'm getting excited. I think last look, the sub count was at 771 or 772. So it's getting there. Looking for that 1,000th sub so I can make that trip and
hoping I can kind of do that all in conjunction with like the fruit that I want to try in Arizona. You know, hope that all kind of happens at the same time where I can make that trip, stop for a couple days, meet Eli, maybe do some filming, try the fruit. We'll see. Okay.
Eli says, have you seen Colt Moo's Will It Sausage segment?
What?
Colt Moo's Will It Sausage segment.
No, I haven't. Well, it's sausage. No, I have not seen that. I don't think that's firmed up quite enough. I'm just going to give it another 5 minutes.
Scott says, ooh, I can talk. I'm just waiting for those tanks to fill. They are all empty, so it's going to be a while.
Yeah, it take a while. How long does it take to fill like your standard, you know, however big it is that they tote around? Just curious. 10 minutes, 15? I have no idea.
Greg says, those nasty sausages, cut them up and put them in a curry.
Nasty sausages. Mrs. Old Guy is not a fan at all of hot dogs, and so part of my thought process on this request for the Chicago style dogs and chili dogs was to make a hot dog that Mrs. Old Guy is gonna like. I've had some sausages that my mother sent me from back east. Doug, maybe you can help me out where that meat market was or whatever. I think it was in Malone that Mom got these hot dogs, and oh man, they were. I mean, it was a hot dog. There's no question of that. But the texture and the flavor of those were way beyond any hot dog I had ever had. They were just amazing. And unfortunately, Mrs. Old Guy never tried any of them. And so I'm hoping that, you know, she might try one of my homemade ones. We'll see. You know, more of a sausage than a lips and nose combo. Lips and snouts.
Greg told Eli, wow, you're digging in here. It's part of Matt and the crew's reckless eating.
What is?
I'm trying to see. Oh, the sausage segment, the Colt Move, I think.
I made some sausage a year or so ago. I made some ghost pepper sausage. It was good. It had a nice flavor to it. But I would put way too much ghost pepper in it, so it made it difficult to cook it, as in frying it, because that frying ghost pepper aroma it'd choke you, it'd burn your lungs. And it was so hot that I couldn't eat more than 1 or 2 bites of it, and that was it. So yeah, if I ever make it again, I'm going to cut back on the ghost pepper.
Yeah. Eli said they made Skittles sausage once.
Skittles sausage, pork or beef? You know, which is better with Skittles? I wonder. You know, I think pork might be a better meat with Skittles than beef. Just saying.
Scott
I
says
might be wrong.
Scott says it takes about 15 minutes to fill an empty bottle because you have to do it really slow, and so it fills properly.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I imagine there's, you know, I was just curious. I had no idea if it took 5 minutes or an hour. So now I've learned something. This is good.
Eli says Colt Moo is one of his all-time favorites. They do a lot of silly stuff, but Pink is a legit foodie.
Not familiar. I'm not familiar, so
And Steve says
please
they.
forgive my ignorance. I'm sorry, what?
And Steve says they. Just Pink now.
Just Pink?
Yep. It's just Pink and not the a group
It's just
of them,
Pink,
I guess.
not the Pink. I see. Is it anything like Blue Man Group, only a different color? Yes? No? I have no idea. It's the first I've heard of it. So
It's a crew.
it's a crew.
Yes.
Well,
Whole
what kind
is
of
a crew.
a crew? Yeah. What kind of a crew? There's different kinds of crews.
Eli said Skittles and pork. They grind up almost anything that you can think of with pork and see if it will sausage.
See if it will sausage. Will it sausage? I like that. Okay.
Scott says random, but I got to help burn down a home with 3 other departments yesterday. It was something else, training with a real fire.
Oh yeah, I bet. Well, that's why I guess that's why they do that. Train with real fire so that.
Lisa's got to go. She'll see you next week.
Okay, Lisa, thanks for coming in. Have a safe week, and yeah, I'll see you next week. We'll probably be here. Get this covered.
Greg says, I want to see a Skittles only sausage. Why? Just 'cause.
I don't think you could do just the Skittles only. Because as soon as you started to cook it, the sugar would burn. And
Yeah, no, just melt all over.
it just melt all over. Okay, let's set that here. Get this other one coated. And then we'll have to freeze them again for another few minutes. Okay. Into the flour. Salt, pepper in the flour.
Greg says, I beg to differ about the Skittles sausage.
Greg, make it. I want to see your Skittles sausage. I do. You've got some content on your channel. I really would love to see a Skittles sausage. Yes, I would.
Oh, and that's what he says. I'll make the first one.
Okay.
Eli says, I think they made a Kool-Aid powder sausage that was horrific.
A little bit more right there. Kool-Aid sausage?
Yeah, that would be nasty, I bet.
Where's that seam? Just gonna give this one a total another coat.
Greg says you've inspired him.
Don't blame me.
Scott says, yeah, we set the house on fire about 12 times before it was unsafe and we let it go. The heat was crazy. A lot of neighbors came out to watch.
I'll bet. Yeah, that's not something you see every day. Okay. All right, let me stick these back into the freezer here. I think I'm gonna put them on this cutting board.
Altar Girl says, is that the chicken?
That is the chicken. Or this is, yes, this is, this is the bird.
Greg says, yes, it's all your fault, Tom.
Well, I'm used to that. It's all your fault, Tom. That's why we can't have nice things, Tom.
15 minutes.
Gotta put it in the fridge or something, don't you?
Yeah. I do. Boy, make me get up and actually do what I need to? What's wrong with you?
Crazy Food Crew says, how about a payday sausage?
Payday? Well, those are definitely good. I like paydays. Almost as much as I like Pearson's salted nut roll. Okay, we'll let that freeze again for a little while.
Eli says MRE worst was one that I wanted to taste. LOL.
MREs? Which one?
MRE worst.
Oh, MRE worst. Never heard of such a thing. All right. So, I'm gonna think about
Greg
this
says everyone loves Tom's references.
risotto. Got some little bit of red onion here I used the other day. So, just gonna dice some of this up and sweat it out with a little bit of salt and some olive oil. And get started on that risotto. At least with this.
Ralph told Scott to to make sure you watch out for blowback. That can be really scary. And Scott says we talk about a flash over a lot. We can only survive 4 or 5 seconds in one.
Yeah, that not very long. Yep, definitely that would be a pretty bad situation to find yourself in.
Yeah. Scott wants to know, did you like MREs in the military?
Yeah, most of them were pretty good. There was one that really nobody liked, which was the scrambled eggs with ham. They used powdered eggs to make it. It was just nasty, but they were different when I was in. They were still using C rations when I was in the military, so they came in a cardboard, very thin cardboard box that everything was in cans or in a pouch. The cans would have like a can of spaghetti, or they had these pork patties that were actually pretty good. They had, a bunch of different kinds, beef stew and so on. And they also had a little can that had like either crackers or a candy bar, gum, and this was back, at least for the first little while, there were cigarettes still in the rations, but that was only for a little while. They were just using up stuff from whenever. So, but yeah, it was a lot better. The MREs now, I've tried a few, and I've got a couple that I'm going to review, but I really think the food that I was getting, the MREs, C rations that I was getting, just overall had better flavor, better taste, better quality, maybe. I'm not sure, what the giant difference is, but yeah, I much prefer those over the MREs that I've tried so far. And I've tried quite a few, so the menus change, and so do the ingredients. So maybe the ones I have I'll like better. I don't know, but I hope that kind of answered your question.
Come on, Mitzi, it's okay. Come on.
some of those cans that we get with the crackers in it. They come with either peanut butter or like some jelly to put on them. They were actually pretty dang decent. Polly, will you leave that kitty cat alone, please?
Eli wants to know what your favorite TV show / series is.
Well, I got a lot of them that I like. Here lately, I've been enjoying the Vikings series. Where is that on? That's on Prime, Amazon Prime, and then there's also another Vikings series that takes place like 100 years later. That is on Netflix. So I like those. Spartacus is one that I'll always like. I love that series. Hell on Wheels, good one. Sons of Anarchy, great one. Trailer Park Boys, all 12 seasons. Yeah, you bet. There's several that I like. So there's some new ones that I'm watching that I don't know if I like them yet or not. So there were some that I watched and I thought, well, geez, how come they didn't make anymore? So.
Greg says, quick question here for everyone, if I may.
Please.
And then he says, moo, sorry, there goes a cow. Eli says, kitty?
Kitty, yeah.
A rare appearance.
Yes, our little Miss Kitty. She normally is under the house hunting mousies.
Greg says, back to the question, how many of everyone at the table came here and or knows of reckless eating and Val with his channel?
I guess I would qualify him in that category. I saw Reckless Eating before Val, but I didn't find Val's channel because I watched Reckless Eating. It was just completely by chance that I happened to watch the two, and they know each other. They're just absolute random chance on that. I started watching Val's channel after I got out of the hospital from whatever back in 2019, and I was looking for reviews on French dips from Philippe's there in Los Angeles, and that's how I ran into Val's channel. He did a review, so I left a comment, he commented back, and just been kind of getting to know him and hang out a little bit more as time goes by. Guess that's it. Hope to meet him in person sometime. Maybe this year.
Steve Russell said that King of the Hill is his favorite movie / or show / series.
King of the Hill? Yeah, I like King of the Hill a lot. I like, come on. Oh, what's the name of the, come on, I know this. Oh, I'm going to feel like an idiot. Come on, with Peter Griffin and Meg and Stewie and Brian. Come on, help me.
Oh.
What is that cartoon? Family Guy?
Yes.
Oh man, I like that cartoon.
Rock Girl says she's followed Reckless Eating channel for years now.
Yeah, I think I started watching them, I think, in 2018. When they spent a lot of time outside eating the weird stuff, the reckless eating stuff, and then putting it all into a blender at the end. There's some pretty good episodes.
Eli says, reckless eating, which led me to cult move, which led me to Val. Greg says, Eli, that's exactly how I landed here. Just wonderful.
Well, no matter the circumstance of how you happen to be here, I'm glad that you are. All of you.
Lynn's handcrafted wood signs is here.
Lynn's, welcome. Handcrafted wood signs, awesome. I do a little woodworking myself. Welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen. I don't think I've seen you here before, but welcome. Saturday nights I cook what you folks have requested, and tonight chicken Kiev is on the menu. And I'm just getting ready to start some risotto for a side dish. So welcome, welcome. Got some red onion. Gotta get a little bit of sea salt in there.
Ralph says a TV program I really enjoy is Mayday.
Is what?
Mayday.
Mayday. Don't think I know that show.
A couple people told you Family Guy.
Yeah, Family
And
Guy.
Eli says Hank's dad is a trip. LOL.
Oh, on King of the Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. He is.
Eli says his favorite all-time series is Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. I just started watching that about a week ago. I've watched 3 episodes, so I'm just now starting to get into it.
Crazy Food Crew, Married with Children was one of his favorites.
I love Married with Children. Al Bundy is like, he's my hero. All right. Yeah, we'll get this risotto going here. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, here we go. So it's gonna be standing here for a few, that's for sure. And I'm hoping to time this about right between the fryer and the oven with the chicken and the 5-minute stand time afterwards, that this risotto should be done about that time. We'll see how well that works out.
Eli says it takes a couple of episodes to really get going,
It does.
but it's got great writing.
Yeah, no, I like the show. I saw a few, I guess, shorts on YouTube. It's like, oh yeah, I want to watch that show. And I was happy to see that it was on something that I already am subscribed to. So, yes.
Greg says, from all those actors in Married with Children, who can say they did the best out of the series and not get typecasted?
Oh, Christina Applegate, big time. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to say Christina Applegate, because I've seen her in several shows after that.
Greg says, oh my God, Tom, watch it.
I gotta be careful.
Ralph says Mayday is all about the plane crashes and what caused them. The last episode I watched is an extensive stealth bomber crashed on takeoff.
Well, that's no fun.
And then after that is when Greg said, oh my God, Tom, watch it. There we go. Anchorman.
Anchorman. I don't know that. That's not one I'm familiar with.
Eli says Polkai.
Polkai.
Greg says Married with Children.
Love that show.
Crazy Food Crew says, you think Bob Rooney is still stuck in Al Bundy? You know, in Al Bundy's wall when they tried fixing the electric outlets?
I don't know, maybe. I hear you. Beep, beep. A little more water or a little more chicken stock here. Oh, crash. Okay. I'm going to give those just another 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Just want to make sure that when I put that into the fryer, that crust has
Grab one.
time to
grab
form a
her.
little bit. Polly, you leave that Missy Kitty alone. That's a bad girl. In this house, the cat does not dominate the dogs. The dogs dominate the cat. Will you please, Missy, stop. Or Polly, quit. Leave her alone.
Come here, Polly.
Poor thing. She comes in the house and she does nothing but chase her around.
Greg says, Will Ferrell saying, I'm going to King Hill you in the sea. And Eli says, when Al was helping women with the shoes, when Al was helping women with shoes was pure comedy.
Oh, you know, Al says things that I wish I could say. Oh, but you know, speaking of that kind of thing, I've got to tell you this story. It was quite a few years ago, but Mrs. Old Guy and I and our son Brandon were shopping at this local grocery store. And we went down this aisle, and there was this lady. She was probably, I don't know, in her 50s, kind of heavy, and had this, you know, had her dress on, and it was wedged in her butt crack. And my son goes, "Watch this." Mrs. Old Guy immediately turned around and went the other way. And my son goes up to this poor lady and he says, "Hey lady, I think your ass is hungry. It's eating your dress." It was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen.
Scott said, I love Buck and Lucky, the two dogs are married with children.
Oh, yeah, the dogs were great. Buck was a good doggy.
Drake says, naughty cat. No, she's just standing her ground. She was here before the dogs.
Yes, she was.
Greg says, yay, story time with Tom.
Oh, no, that's
Love it.
just a quick little blurb.
Tim wants to know who's better, Jefferson or Steve?
Boy. Jefferson. Only because of this particular line when Peg and Marcy were pregnant. Jefferson says, making love to a pregnant woman's a little like putting gas into a car that's already been busted. Oh, that's already been wrecked. Yeah.
Greg says she had her moo-moo on. She sure did. She's gonna scratch the crap out of Polly.
Just a tad. Another minute on that, and then I will get this rolling. Basket is handy. How about that?
Yay.
So is this dandy little handle.
Eli said Jefferson was funny.
Yeah, Jefferson was good. Steve, I don't know. Steve was good, absolutely, but I don't know. Jefferson was a good replacement. What's your favorite episode of Married with Children? Mine is the barbecue one when they get Marcy's aunt's ashes and use that in the grill because they, you know, Al and his ashes.
Gotta leave that, Mr.
Okay, looking good.
Gotta leave.
3, 2.
Greg says, I think that was at least 2 liters of water there. That cow was thirsty. Was one thirsty. She was. She always takes a big drink.
She does. And Mr. Chumley here, when he takes a drink, he sticks his whole nose into it and he pushes back on the bowl so that it kind of lifts up. So it's tilted as he's drinking it, but he's never spilt it.
Tim said, Jefferson came from Happy Days, another great series.
Yeah, Happy Days was good.
Eli said Steve was more dry humor, deadpan.
Yeah, he was. All right. Let me see if I'm happier with this on this.
Greg says now he's got to watch it. He's got to watch it again.
All right.
And Eli
Please
said the Al/Marcy back and forths were legendary.
Yep. No. Wait, time me a minute, will you? Or actually about 30 seconds now. Yeah. Like one time, oh, good for you, Jefferson. I see you're taking the little Robertson boy camping. Talking to Marcy. Why is he calling me a chicken? Yep, great show. And that was the early days of Fox. I remember having to go get the special antenna for the UHF. It was a big deal.
Okay, it's been about 30 seconds.
Okay. Give it just another second here.
Tim says, I like when he becomes a farmer and hunts for the rabbit, and the alien one where they stole his socks for fuel.
Yeah. Those are good. They're all good.
Scott says, I don't know my favorite episode, but I liked the one where Al's Dodge hit 1,000,000 miles. Dodge was going to film it, and he fell asleep in his car and rolled backwards in the driveway 1 mile.
Yep. Okay, if you give me another minute, or now, I guess now another, 30 seconds.
Okay,
Please don't leak out. Please don't leak out. I won't know that it is either because it's essentially oil. And I can, that's good. I'm just going to pull it out. Do not want that oil, that butter escaping. It's going to go into this oven. Let's give this just a little sprinkle of the sea salt on the top. Into the oven. Stir that risotto before it sticks and burns.
Greg says you can't do that these days. Not allowed to do real life on TV. Need to invite cancer.
What? I'm not sure I understood that.
When he fell asleep in his car and it rolled
Ah.
backwards. I guess. Steve says hunger strike 1.
There was just too many good ones. The Christmas one with Sam Kinison was it was so good.
Greg says it's oxymoronic, TBH. All those great TV shows not allowed.
That's too bad, huh? A little more. Just so you know, Tim, if you've been watching, there was about 3 cups, more or less, of chicken stock, and you just keep adding it as it reduces out. The rice cooks, and it sort of breaks down a little bit and starts to get kind of a creamy texture to it. All right. So far, so good. Let me get rid of a thing. Oh.
Greg says Little Britain, all gone. Scott says my sister hated Married with Children when I was a kid because she was overweight.
I don't understand.
Probably because Al giving overweight women a
Uh,
hard time.
Fat woman come into the store today, Peg. She was so big she actually had 2 other women orbit around her. Or the one where the gal gets mad and jumps in. How dare you say that to my face? And Al says, well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car only has a half a tank of gas.
Greg says, Scott, why? And then he says, if you're overweight, wear it proud. And then Eli says, I wonder if chicken stock allow insider trading. LOL, be here all night. I'll be here all night.
I'll be a ba-doom.
Scott says, the overweight jokes she thought were making fun of her, and I was making fun of her, so I was watching it. She was a narcissist.
Okay, turn that down.
And Greg says, my mom was so big she had 2 post codes for deliveries.
Now that's not nice.
Are you okay, Polly? Polly? Did that kid get you? Yeah. Did Mrs. get you?
Did she get scratched?
Maybe.
Ow.
She's really right in her face. Tim says, Gordon Ramsay would approve. I bet the risotto smells good.
It does. It smells very good. It's still a ways from done. We got to get a new stove one of these days. Some of these burners don't shut off right away. And that's not always a good thing to have to go back and shut it off again.
Silly girl. What are you doing, Polly?
Still a little while to go on this, which is fine. We've got 10 minutes on the chicken.
John says, you can't fix stupid. Here's your sign.
That's right. Can't fix stupid. But you can throw them down the stairs. Okay. Slowly, slowly, maybe I'll get a couple of plates, a couple of forks, a couple of knives, get them over here, whoops, where I can make use of them. Where'd that go? Ah, there it is. 5-second rule on the fork. Oh, that's risotto is looking really nice.
John says he smells burnt wires.
Smells what?
Burnt wires.
Burnt wires? Oh, that's not good.
Probably talking about the stove.
I burnt my the electrical system in my truck. Many years ago, I had an old 67 Chevy pickup, and my keys were, I had a bunch of keys on this thing, and they were swinging back and forth as I went down the road, and they touched that metal dashboard. Something was wrong, but it shorted the whole thing out, and wires started melting. It's like, oh crap! So that was pretty much the end of that one. I don't know how to fix wiring harnesses, and I didn't think it was worth double the cost of what I paid for the vehicle. So.
Tim says, I wonder if there is a real Winker County, LOL. I
Winker
love those
County.
episodes when they would visit Peg's family.
There probably is. Winker County, that's funny.
Eli says, thrashed apple time?
Nope. No thrashed apple, no soda pops. It's part of the new way, mate. No, till some of this goes away, any unnecessary sugar like sodies are kind of out of the question. At least for a little while. Some of this has got to go away first.
John says the smell is coming from across the street at the convenience store.
Ooh, what kind of smell is that?
The burnt wire
Ooh.
that he smells.
That's not good. I was going to say, if you got smells coming from the convenience store, somebody might have blew up a bean burrito. First time I ever used a microwave was in a convenience store. I got a burrito, and I had no idea how long or whatever, so I just stuck it in there and I set it to 9. When I think it only required like 2 or 3 on the little dial there. I just cranked it all the way to 9, and man, it exploded bad. The inside of that microwave was covered with dry, burnt, microwaved beans and tortilla.
Eli wants to know, do you like flavored carbonated water?
Flavored carbonated water. No, that's soda pop. That's pretty much the same. Now I like flavored water, like this stuff. Has no sugar in it, no calories, and the strawberry flavor is actually pretty decent. But yeah, no fizzy water. Although I have been known to chug a can of club soda now and then. I know. It's got like kind of a slightly salty taste, and that's about it.
What about like that Perrier water?
Perrier?
Do they make that flavor?
Whenever I want to spend $5 on a bottle of water, I get Perrier.
Or the, I don't know, that's not it. But
What?
what I'm thinking of. But,
I don't know what you're thinking of.
like seltzer waters.
Seltzer water? Yeah.
John said that he destroyed a microwave once, put eggs in it for too long, and blew the door off the hinges.
Oops. That's not a good thing. Somebody might get hurt doing that. Just about used all this up. That's a good thing, and I'll show you what this looks like when I get everything done here.
Scott said, "Oh well, I thought I had one bottle left, and the crew just came back and dropped off 4 more. They something empty tank. Goodness."
So you're like the new guy that gets to do the tanks. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Tim asked, "Have you tried Zevia? It has natural sweetness from the stevia plant."
I've tried chewing on raw, just stevia leaves off the plant. I was really surprised how sweet they actually are. Kind of a weird sweet, but
Eli says he likes the bubbly lime, no sugar, no sweetener, like a non-sweet 7-Up.
yeah, okay. Don't think I've tried that. I did try some flavored water that was supposed to be lemon. It was terrible. I didn't like it at all. To me, it was like 7-Up, but zero sweetness. And, well, it was sweet, but not with sugar. I forget whatever sodium product they used to give it that sweet flavor, but it just tasted like really severely watered down, 2-day-old, flat 7-Up. Yuck. I didn't care how cold it was. It was just terrible.
Scott said the last tanks are not empty, so it shouldn't take as long. And John said, "Scott, they probably thought you liked it." John says, "Sparkling water tastes like bad breath."
Tastes like what?
Bad breath.
Bad breath. Yeah.
Greg says, "Tom, we know you hate lemon. I chew out the lemons every time."
I don't mind lemon. I like lemon. I just didn't like that lemon water. Ugh. I like lemon meringue pie. Other things lemon. Lemonade.
Scott says, "I'm just the new guy and I get the work that no one wants to do. I don't mind."
Boy. Got just a minute left on that chicken. The risotto is finishing up very nicely. Got just a little bit left. And I'll get the cheese grated in and melted, and hope that we still have some butter left inside that Kiev. That I didn't just bake it all out. Gonna find out pretty dang quick in about 50 seconds. When I pull it out, if it's got a pool of liquid, it's the butter.
Hopefully not.
The only thing I would be able to do maybe is to pour it over the top,
Yeah.
and that would be it. So I'm hoping that's not what happened.
John says some of the off-brand sodas here in Canada taste close to death.
Close to death. Huh? You should try some of the Rocket Fizz flavors of soda that I've tried.
Chemical cleaner in a bottle. Delicious. Slightly sweet and awfully gross. Ah, one of them did. Or if not both. Oh well. That's okay. It's still gonna taste good.
Yep.
I had a feeling about that. That's okay.
Yep. We'll try it again and we'll get it.
Yep.
Or you'll try it again and you'll get it. I had nothing to do with it.
That's right. Don't put yourself there to get under the bus with me. This risotto is just about finished. We're looking really good here. Give it a taste and see how close it is to done. It's right there.
Eli says, try making some dressing fritters when you get a chance. Put a little celery salt when they come out of the oil, and tell me what you think.
I will. What kind of stuffing? Was it something in particular that you used? And don't forget to send me that email with your phone number, please. Mr. Eli.
Greg says, sorry Tom, I just came back from a business phone call. You hate prawns and mushrooms? The lemon thing came from the prawns. They
No.
are hand in hand.
Yeah, no, don't misunderstand me. I like shrimp. When it was suggested to have it with risotto, it would have to be cooked separately, not in the risotto. I hope that's the misunderstanding. But I do like shrimp.
And he says he's taken his dog out. He's taken his phone with him so that he'll have it with him, but he won't be able to respond.
That's okay. Hey, do what you got to do with your doggy do. And there's some of that cheddar. I don't want to put too much in.
Scott said it wasn't 4 bottles, it was 7. And Eli says he just used stovetop dressings.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, bread dressing. I will do it with both. I'll try it with the bread dressing, and I'll try it with the pork sage dressing that I like to make.
John said a suggestion for dinner would be Lindbergh cheese enchiladas.
Lindbergh cheese enchiladas? Who said that?
John.
John. I'm not surprised. John? I'm not fond of blue cheese. Lindbergh. All right, we'll pour that butter over
Eli
the top.
said sage, so he must have used the stovetop sage.
Gotcha.
flavor.
Okay.
Greg says, look, Tom, if you want to take this shrimp and risotto, I'm happy to. What beer do you like?
Shrimp on risotto, some shrimp that you've cooked like in maybe some salt and pepper and maybe a little lemon juice on there. Sure. That would be perfect to go with this. But not cooked in it.
He says he's going outside now.
Okay.
Eli says, I also added some leftover pork I had in it.
Ms. Logan, I'm going to cut this in half just so I can show the folks.
Yep.
Oh, there's still a good deal of butter left in it. Awesome. Let me bring this over. I'm going to get a little light going on it.
you can see. Is that good?
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
Look at that, you guys. See that sauce there, that butter? Oh, it's going to be delicious. There you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Good. I'm glad only some of it leaked out. That's a good thing.
Suppose you'd want something to eat with. There you
I would
go.
like that. Thank you.
Basic utensils, you betcha. Salt, pepper. Can you reach it? There you
Thank
go.
you.
Okay, guys. The moment of truce. The same thing happened with mine. Oh, yeah. That butter just exploded out of there. Oh, yeah. What came out must have been just a little residual because that thing is loaded.
Yay.
Holy smokies. That looks amazing. The bacon. Here we go. I'm excited. A little bacon on there. Chicken, butter. Hey, get on the fork there. Get on the fork. All right, guys. Oh, wow. That is amazing.
Greg says, "Oh my God, so nice. Drool, ladies first." Eli says, "That looks legit."
That is amazingly good. Let's try some of this risotto.
Craig says, "The moment of truth." Ha ha ha.
The risotto is good. I could have used like maybe another 2 or 3 minutes, but still, it's got a really nice flavor. Wow. Yep, it's fully cooked all the way through. That bacon on there really makes it. Gives it that nice little kind of sweet, or not sweet, but smoky, salty. Wow. Chicken Kiev. Pretty pleased with how much of that butter stayed in here. Chicken is completely beautifully done. I couldn't be happier. Well, okay, that's ridiculous. I couldn't be happier. I'm happy that it turned out as good as it did.
Greg says, "Colorado crew, you make us so inspired to get up on our feet and get on with life." And Scott says, "Looks delicious." It is delicious.
It is really good.
First time of trying it.
When I make this again, and I will, I'm probably going to change up that butter a little bit. The garlic is good, but I'll probably cut back a little bit on the garlic and throw in some onion. I think some fresh onion in there too would be really nice. And might try a different herb, maybe rosemary instead of the parsley.
Yep.
But hey, you can stuff a chicken with butter and it's going to be good.
Tim says, "Thanks for having us. We had fun. I have to get up early for work tomorrow. Catch you later."
Crazy Food Crew.
Yep.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I'll see you next Saturday. And really have a good work week. Be safe. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. I really do. As with all of you.
Eli says, "How many quats could Tom quat if Tom could quat quats?"
How many quats can Tom quat if Tom could quat quats?
Mm-hmm.
3. The kumquat pie I made was very unusual.
Greg says, I'm so happy I couldn't be sadder if I tried. To your reference just before.
Funny.
Scott says, have a great week. Thanks for keeping me company.
Scott, we appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Even after your day of training and whatnot. Yeah, thanks for including old guy in your Saturday plans. I really appreciate it. Did run a little bit over. That's okay.
Greg says, oh my God, your cow barks at planes too? That was a semi going by.
Yeah.
And Steve Russell said, cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Could kumquats be used in a savory dish?
Absolutely.
Eli wanted to know that.
Absolutely, they could. I don't see any reason why not. Orange chicken made with blood oranges is really delicious. So I bet you could make a really delicious sauce to do a kumquat chicken. I bet it would be absolutely delicious. One more bite of the risotto, and I'm going to pull out some berries. And my cake that is very short. Oh, what do you think, guys? I'm going to sit down here and ask you the big question. With or without whipped cream? I already know what the answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask anyway. Dessert. Strawberry shortcake is kind of. With or without whipped cream. That's it for both of those. Boy, I'm a thirsty guy tonight.
Wow.
Just want to grab another one. Nobody? Boy. Nobody's saying whether I should make whipped cream or not, huh?
Eli just did.
And?
What topping?
What?
Greg says both. You always try food in general without the condiment. Eli said whipped topping. Scott says you have to have whipped cream on strawberry shortcake.
Okay. I don't want to offend anybody, so let me whip up some cream here real quick. Noisy. Going to be noisy for a second. You're the one that said you wanted whipped cream, so gonna have to listen to the wreck. Anytime now. Throwing it everywhere. You figure maybe it'll leave a little cream inside. All right.
Eli says, what is whipped topping?
Whipped topping. Yeah, I don't like whipped topping. What is it? Somebody asked that? Who asked that?
Eli.
Eli, yeah, what's whipped topping? What I don't use.
And Greg says, oh my God, I'm totally offended.
Oh
Hope Good Lady is. Hope Good Lady is not called that.
Called what?
Random Carol.
No.
He goes, oh my God, I'm totally offended. Random Carol. I mean, yes, Hope Good Lady is not.
Really noisy, sorry. But at least I got a nice batch of whipped cream. Okay, now my not so shortcake. This cake fell flatter than a doornail. Not that doornails are flat. But it still tastes good. Ugh. So we're gonna cut some cake. I have to admit, it's not shortcake, it's a pound cake. So cut a piece of that. Some berries here. Looks good. One more of them blackberries on there. Ugh. Boy, I have to get up again?
Oh, what a shame.
Too dang much work. Alright. Some whipped cream on here. And if it was a little more in the summer, I'd go out in the yard and pick a little sprig of mint. But it's not, so I can't. Dessert.
Yum.
Yep. Can you see that okay? Yep. There you go, guys. All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Do you want to use your fork or do you want a spoon?
Spoon, please.
Spoon. Coming up. Geez, I guess I'll have to use the spoon that's already got whipped cream on it. Isn't that a shame? All right. Cake. And let's get a berry on there without the leaf. Hey, yummy. Nothing wrong with some fresh fruit and cake and whipped cream.
Greg says, yum. Hey, that was mine.
That blackberry in there gives it a nice, this little flavor variation. That's really good. But it's whipped cream and berries. What's not to like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next week, pizza night. So you probably can plan on that stream running over a little bit late too, just by nature of the fact that everything's going to get made from scratch. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer, but I'm sure y'all don't mind. I appreciate y'all hanging out when I do run over. So I think I'm going to get ready to get out of here though. So I'm going to give you guys my normal couple minutes here. If you got any more questions or got any more food suggestions or comments or whatever, now's a great time.
Greg says, ha ha ha, all the food groups.
All the necessary ones.
Cowabunga pizza, dudes.
Cowabunga. That was a marketing dream gone to waste. No Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pizza. Why? I don't know. Somebody could have made a ton of money on that. Kids would have loved it. Oh, look, Mommy, let's get a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pizza.
Eli says, I've got to go unload some wood. Thanks for another great stream.
Thank you, Eli. I appreciate you coming in. And yeah, like I said, please get me your phone number. There's a couple things I need to talk to you about. All right. I guess I'm going to get out of here. I really appreciate everybody hanging out, especially the little overrun that we had tonight. Y'all take care. Have a good week. Be safe and do something to give back in your community. Whatever you can, even if it's an hour, helping out a neighbor. Y'all take care. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Greg says, The Simpsons, too big, Colin.